Hey, um, I wanted to talk about the Rolex Approve Used, the new scheme, and it's a bit baffling, really. I don't know if you agree, but essentially, what it means is Rolex are getting involved in the second-hand market of their watches, whereby they will offer a kind of guarantee of authenticity. I think a 2-year warranty, and then I imagine they will overhaul and service the watches, and then you'll get that peace of mind as a buyer that you might not get when buying from a grey market dealer or from any other jewelry shop. Apparently, people are worried about buying secondhand. I've bought a secondhand Rolex before. I was confident of its authenticity and things like that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of how it will work and exactly what it will involve, the details are a bit hazy. Like, for example, if everybody starts selling their watches through authorized Rolex dealers, will Rolex have the capacity to be able to deal with that level of business? Is everyone going to be serviced by Rolex? How will pricing work? It's not completely clear. I mean, if you were a buyer and you were going to buy a used Rolex, you would probably would rather have it authenticity guaranteed and a 2-year warranty with Rolex and things like that. But it depends on how much that service will cost, obviously. At present, it's only being rolled out in a few dealers as a test. So a Boucherat, however you pronounce it, in London is one of them. Probably it's the biggest Rolex boutique in the world or Europe or something. I'm just a little bit baffled by it, to be honest. I mean, the only thing that really, obviously for the consumer, it's a good thing if it gives them peace of mind and doesn't increase prices by too big a margin. But it seems to be that Rolex are condoning aftermarket prices of their watches being astronomical, which is really weird. And I don't, obviously, to a certain extent, I imagine the grey market dealers will be worried about this, because obviously that means that they might lose business, because you would rather go to an authorized dealer if that was at all possible. But if the watch is still more expensive, as normally they are when you go to an authorized dealer, that's the thing. I mean, what Rolex could have done or should have done, maybe they can't do it, is control prices at retail for the second-hand watches. But then who would sell it? Who would sell their watch to an AD when they could get 3 times more from a grey market dealer? And I was reading something just before, I just get it on my phone, that basically said, if you went into Boucherat, however you pronounce it, as I said, and you could get a Rolex pre-owned for 23,500, but the retail price is 8,900, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that would be available. Why would anyone buy the pre-owned one, knowing that, I know you're paying for not having to wait for it, and you might never get it? But yeah, I'm just a little bit baffled by it, really. I mean, I get it to the extent that obviously if they cannot get these watches, then they're going to get in the second-hand market and try and control it in some way, but they're not controlling it, because they're still allowing the prices to be dictated by the market, which is itself caused by the fact that people can't get them because they're unavailable. Maybe I'm missing something. So yeah, in terms of what this means, for the consumer is probably a good thing. I mean, you know, if you can get it from an authorized dealer and it's the same or roughly the same price, you'll probably go for the authorized dealer if you're going to get peace of mind of a guarantee. A blog to watch said that, you know, one of the questions is will the ADs actually price out the grey market dealers, you know, by going lower than them? But I don't know whether there's any indication of that. And if they do, there's enough of a markup anyway that the grey dealers can just go down slightly, and maybe that'll help to bring market prices down in general. So that might make it even better for the consumer. But again, I don't really know. I think another thing that they're trying to do, and again, it's from the same article by a blog to watch, is just to try and show everybody, or to try and make everyone believe it's a marketing thing, that the best thing to do is to buy from an AD, and if you do that, then that's going to be better for everybody, which is true. But where will the ADs get the watches from? If the grey dealers and other jewelers are offering higher prices, then, you know, you can go to them, and that won't help things. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not very intelligent and I'm missing things a little bit. I'm missing the point, but I can't really see what Rolex had to gain from getting involved in this, apart from kind of a bit of brand prestige by saying, you know, you have to get this from an AD. But apart from that, if it's not going to help really with the pricing issue, apparently Rolex are increasing factory space and things like that to actually make more watches, but that's the thing that needs to be done really, rather than this. But I imagine the grey dealers will be a little bit worried. I mean, companies like a quite well-known one, beginning with W, you know, if you have a really high number of Rolex watches, you might be wondering how this is going to affect your business and things like that. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. I don't really understand completely why they've done this and really the impact that it's going to have. But if you can tell me any more, if I'm being a bit dense about it, then yeah. Thanks very much for watching. If you like the channel, please subscribe and watch the videos. Yeah, thank you.